Welcome to the Ed Newsstand Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Reynolds. This is Season 4, Episode 14 of the podcast. We are still looking at ways to create dynamic presentations, and this episode has Google Slide extensions and a Mac app to help you work more creatively. The resources I talk about in this episode will help you find the hex color you need, integrate your Bitmoji, or present from your phone. In TikTok Tech, Matt Brandenberger from @MattBedTech gives you a website to animate your students' drawings. In Tech Refresh, I'll show you how to maximize your workspace in your Google Slides canvas. We've got a lot to get to, so let's not waste any more time. Let's dive in. This is the last week that I'm going to be showing you different tools available underneath what I'm calling the umbrella of Presentation Zen. I have 3 Google Chrome extensions and 1 Mac app for you, and these will really help tie into some of the other resources that I have shown you over the past few weeks. How to pull the colors out of various things, how to present your Google Slides from your phone, and how to make your presentations a little more familiar with your Bitmoji. Before I get into the extensions and the app, let's talk about TikTok Tech. Recently, @MattBedTech showed a video about how to animate your sketches. And this can be for you as a parent if you want to animate your child's sketches or your children's sketches, or if you're a classroom teacher and you want to incorporate those sketches into a larger video. Maybe you're using iMovie or you're using WeVideo or some other video production tool to animate student drawings. This really gets them being able to create their own graphics and videos from their handwritten drawings. So let's show you where that is. It comes from the website sketch.metademolab.com. This is sketch.metademolab.com, and this works on any device: computer, desktop, mobile device, whether it's your phone, your iPad, or your Chromebook. When you are here, you just click Get Started. Next, you need to upload your drawing. I took a picture from an iPad. I'm going to upload the drawing here, and we're going to walk through the steps together. I've uploaded a drawing that my son did many years ago. Here's the image. Next, I want to find the dimensions of the drawing. You can see it did a pretty good job of finding the dimensions. I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger and closer to his arms and feet to make sure that I really get in as tight as possible. It has scanned the image and it found most of the image, but what I need to do now is I need to clean up some of this stuff that it's all tied together, so I just have this image of Mario. I've now erased everything that does not fit the actual character, and I'm going to move on to the next screen. The next screen here is finding the character joints, and if you hover over these little joints on your character, it'll tell you exactly where the joint should be. So if your character is a little sideways or upside down or something, and the joints don't find where they need to go, you can easily just drag these joints wherever they need to be. This one, since it's a pretty standard forward-facing character, found the joints fairly easily. Once I found all the joints that I need, I click Next. My animation is now ready, so you can see it working here. I have all of these different animations over on the left-hand side that I can choose from. If I want one that is waving, pretty standard, straightforward, I just click it and there it is. Now it's waving. If this isn't exactly what I want it to be, I can click Fix and I can go back and reposition the joints, or I can go back and erase some of the area to get a really good image of my picture that I want. When I'm ready to share, I click the share button and I have multiple options from which to share. I can download the MP4, I can share it on Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, or through email, or I can share just a page link to somebody as well. So the great thing though is if you download it, it's an MP4. So if you're using something like iMovie or WeVideo with your students and you get the students to create a video from multiple drawings, they can upload all of their drawings to this website for free and download the drawings to their device, whatever device they're using, put those into iMovie or WeVideo, and create this dynamic video from all of their hand-drawn images that they have. So you don't have to rely on some other outside software program other than, I would say, this one for creating or for animating your drawings, but it's a great way for students to showcase their creativity. If you want to put the video into a Google slideshow, for example, you go up to Insert, go to Video. Now, if your video is on YouTube, you can certainly put in or do a search on it on YouTube for your video. You can search by URL if you have it. The URL for the Sketch website doesn't work because it doesn't recognize it as a video link. The other option is Google Drive. Now, depending on how long your video is, you'll have to wait for it to render. I'm just going to update this animation video and drop it into my Google slideshow. It creates the video, drops it in, and if it hasn't rendered, it'll take a little bit of time to render. The video is very short, but it will take some time to render, and then you have the video in your Google slideshow. So I can just click play, and then I will get the little character to wave to me. There you go. You can see the character is waving to me, and if you set the format options of the image, you can choose what you want it to do and how you want it to play. It'll play on click, it'll play automatically when the slide loads, or you have to play it manually by clicking on the play button. That's how you can insert an image into your Google Slide presentation or download the image from the Sketch Demo Lab website. In Tech Refresh, I made a video about how to maximize the canvas in your Google Slides. So you can see now that my slide is kind of small, but if I want to maximize and make this bigger and show all of the space that I have available, there are several options that I have. Down at the bottom, I can hide my speaker notes, so I can go up to View and I can uncheck Show Speaker Notes. I can also get rid of my menu at the top by clicking the little arrow in the top right corner. That will hide the menu bar. Then over on the left-hand side, down in the bottom left-hand corner, there is another little arrow, and if I click on that arrow, I can then hide the film strip. And what that will do then is it will maximize all of the space for my slideshow. A very simple way for you to do it. If you want to bring everything back, there is another, again, the show film strip arrow is in the bottom left corner. If I click it, it is available. I can click up in the top right hand corner to bring my menus back. And there's one other place for your film strip. Under View and where you saw Show Speaker Notes, you also have the Show Film Strip. So I can uncheck that, and then I can work on this canvas with my Google Slide. In the past, you had to have an extension that worked and maximized all of your the canvas for your Google Slide presentation. But now, by simply hiding the film strip and the menu bar, you can maximize all this space that you have available. Let's get started now talking about the various extensions and app underneath this presentation Zen. The first one I want to talk about is Bitmoji. So you can create your own personalized emoji. It's an expressive cartoon avatar, and you can choose from the growing library of moods and stickers that is all you. If you don't have a Bitmoji, I don't know what you're waiting for. The whole world has their own Bitmoji with their own style. So I definitely recommend trying to create one yourself. Download the app, get started, or head to bitmoji.com and get started creating your Bitmoji. There are 3 different styles of Bitmoji, 2 that you specifically create. The 3 styles that you have are the Bitmoji Deluxe, the Bitmoji Classic, and then the Bitstrips Bitmoji, which I think they use when they animate some of the stories and stuff that you would find in Snapchat. The way that you can log in is you can create an account through your email, or you can log in through Snapchat. I prefer the Bitmoji Classic, but feel free to create whatever Bitmoji that you like. After you've created your account, when you get in here, you can see all the different ways that you can change your Bitmoji. So we've got skin tones and hairstyle and facial hair, your nose, your eyebrows, your lips. You can change all of your clothes. You can change your outfits and put them into your closet so you can access them quicker later. Very simply, you could spend hours and hours on this and have different Bitmojis and different outfits for different times of the year. So just a great way to personalize anything that you do, whether it's slides for your classroom, whether it's your website, whether it's your newsletter, whatever it might be. Bitmoji, you can use it as an extension. You can use it on your keyboard to send text messages. Just a nice, great, expressive way to showcase your personality. To get started using your Bitmoji, you go up to the icon in the extension, click on the extension, and you will see all of the various choices available for your Bitmoji. If you are looking for something specific that your Bitmoji is doing, you can just search in here. And so if I say football, I get all of these options for playing football or playing soccer. If I want something related to hockey, since it's Hockey Day Minnesota, here are all these options here. In a video I recently saw on TikTok, if you don't want any words with your Bitmoji, all you have to do is type the word pose, and it will show your Bitmoji in all of these various poses. There's no writing. It's just your Bitmoji posing in different scenarios that you might like. So you scroll through these. When you find one that you like, you right-click on it, copy your image, and then you can easily just paste it back into your Google Slideshow. And here is your Bitmoji ready to go and ready to use anywhere. If you choose to, you can save the image as and then use the image other places that you like. So if you are big into using Canva, just download and save your Bitmoji to your computer, upload your Bitmoji to Canva, and you can use it there as well. So a lot of different places and ways that you can incorporate your Bitmoji into your presentations and your slides to maximize your personality. I recently talked about color palettes underneath Presentation Zen, and I showed you some websites to maximize the color palettes that you might be using in your presentations. One extension, one app to find the best colors and to maximize the palettes that you might be using, because you need to find the hex color most of the times on these websites to generate a color palette. One that I specifically love that works best on a Windows computer, and it does work on your Mac, but I have a better Mac app for you, but Colorpick Eyedropper. It's a zoomed in eyedropper and color chooser tool that allows you to select color values from web pages. So this is the best way that I find all of my colors that I want to use. If I install the extension, I go up to the Colorpick Eyedropper up in my extension tool. When I click on it, then it gives me a little zoomed in tool and I can find the exact color. So maybe I want this green in the Bitmoji. When I click on it, it opens up the hex color. All I have to do is copy the hex color, and then I can easily, I hit escape to get out of the zoomed in area. I can highlight some text, and then I just go up to my text tool up here and I click the plus button in the custom, paste in my hex color. It will find the exact color. I click OK, and now I have changed that exact color to match the Bitmoji color that I want. Colorpick Eyedropper, a great way to find the exact hex color that you want, and it works on any website that you need to find the color for. The next resource I want to talk about is ColorSlurp, the ultimate, and it does say ultimate productivity booster for designers and developers. Pick colors on your screen with the ultra accurate magnifier. This thing is awesome, and I also love that it makes a little slurp noise when it grabs the hex color. It is an app for your Mac, so in the Mac App Store, you click on it, it's free, so you don't have to pay for it. There's no add-on or anything else. It is absolutely free. Just do a search for ColorSlurp in the Mac App Store, and it just download it to your Mac. It's great. Here's how it works. Once it's installed on your device and you open it up, you'll see that you have the ColorSlurp tool right here. Once I click the little eyedropper, then I can go ahead and find any color that I want, and as soon as I click it, it automatically copies the hex color that I hovered over. I can adjust some of the options if I want to. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep it as is. And then when I go in and I highlight one of the text, I go up to the text tool, click the plus, I paste in the hex color and click OK. It is that simple to find the hex color using the ColorSlurp app. Colorpick Eyedropper, almost the exact same way. ColorSlurp, just an app that you use on your Mac computer. One last thing about ColorSlurp, if this is a color that you love and you know that you're going to be coming back to it a lot, you can easily just click on the little plus down here in the Untitled Collection and add it to your Untitled Collection. If I choose a little drop-down menu, I can create multiple collections that I want or look at some of the recent colors if I choose to upgrade to the Pro version, but the free version has done more than enough for me that I needed to do. So ColorSlurp in the Mac App Store, absolutely fabulous. The last extension that I want to talk about is called Remote for Slides, and I've talked about this on other podcasts, but I want to tie it in specifically to this presentation. So a lot of times it's very frustrating when you are presenting from Google Slides, but you have to go back to your presentation to press the spacebar or press the arrow key to get it to go from one slide to the next. This extension will allow you to present from your phone. It's called Remote for Slides, and it allows you to control your Google Slides from any device remotely without the need for any extra hardware. So here's how it works. When you download the extension and you put it up in your extension bar in the top right corner, you find it and you install it. Then you're going to get this Present with Remote button in the top right corner of your Google Slides workspace. And when you click on it, it's going to start the app and give you a code and a website to go to on your mobile device to start the presentation. I clicked the Remote for Slides in the toolbar up here, and then it gave me this little Remote for Slides over on the side. I click Start Remote. Here's the 6-digit code that I use, and I go to remoteforslides.com and put in the code to tie my mobile device to my slideshow. I brought up my phone in a little pop-up window on the left-hand side of the screen here, and this is what the app would look like on your phone. Very simple. It just says previous slide and next slide. So when I'm ready to present, I have this running and maybe I want to go to the next slide. I just click the next slide button and it will go to the next slide in my presentation. If I need to go back, I just click previous slide and I can easily go back. If I'm moving through my presentation and I have speaker notes and I want to be able to read my speaker notes, which is very important and a big key to maximizing the impact of your presentation, up in the top right-hand corner of my presentation, I have the little box here that has an X through it right now. If I click on that, it will lower my previous slide and next slide buttons to the bottom of my screen, and then I can see any of the speaker notes that might be in my presentation. So you can see on this one I have a website in the speaker notes, and now it shows up and I'm able to read my speaker notes. So if you don't want students writing 100 words on their slide and reading their slide, they can have the slides built and they can have some of their speaker notes right on the side and read them directly off their phone. So this is remote for slides. All you have to do is install the extension, go to the website, put in the 6-digit code on your device, and you can control your presentation directly from your phone. I think these are some really cool extensions and apps, and I hope that you're able to find a way to incorporate them into building your presentation or in using them in conjunction with some of the other tools that I've talked about over the past few weeks with regard to Presentation Zen. That's it for this episode of the Ed Newsstand Podcast. I really appreciate you listening to the podcast or watching the video version on YouTube because I know your time is valuable. Please check out the resources in this week's newsletter about Google extensions and the Mac app to use with your presentations. I really encourage you to check out all the resources from Bitmoji, Colorpick Eyedropper, ColorSlurp, and Remote for Slides. A huge thank you to Matt Brandenberger from @MattBedTech for his wonderful introduction to sketch.metademolab.com in TikTok Tech to bring your student drawings to life. In Tech Refresh, I presented a video demonstrating how to maximize your canvas in your Google Slides workspace by hiding the menu bar, film strip, and speaker notes. For more EdTech resources, you can follow me on social media. You can find me on Twitter @ReynoldsTroy and on Instagram and TikTok @EdNewsstand. If you're listening on any podcast platform and would like to hear more, please like and subscribe to receive updates and have any new episode automatically downloaded for you. You can also revisit my previous episodes on any major podcasting platform like Spotify, Anchor.fm, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or Google Podcasts. You can also check out the video version of my podcast over on my YouTube channel and check out any of the other video resources I have available. If you'd like to download my app to have my podcast and newsletters right on your smart device, please check it out at ednewsstand.glideapp.io and save it to your home screen. If you don't want the app but would like to check out my resources, please visit my website at ednewsstand.weebly.com. This is Troy Reynolds, and this is the Ed Newsstand Podcast, hoping you were able to take away at least one idea for your classroom. Please be safe. Until next time.